In today's video, we're going over the annual LLC compliance checklist, a simple but essential review to help you protect your business, avoid unnecessary fees, and keep your LLC in good standing. A lot of people form an LLC and think that's it. The paperwork's done and now I can just focus on running my business. But that's not really how it works. There's a couple things that you have to keep up throughout the year. Just a disclaimer before we get started here today, this is not tax advice. This video is for educational purposes only, and you really need to seek a professional to see what's right for your specific situation. All right, let's get right into it. LLCs are easier to manage than corporations, but there are still a few things that you need to stay on top of. And the best time to do this is once a year, ideally at the beginning of the year or during a slow season when you can take a step back and evaluate your setup. We're going to break this down into 6 main areas that you should review every single year. First is to file your state compliance filings. This is a big one. Most states require LLCs to file a statement of information or annual report. And to be clear, this is not your tax return. It's more of an update to the state saying, yes, we're still in business, and here's our current address, owners, and registered agent. And if you don't file this on time, your LLC can actually be administratively dissolved, meaning the state removes your company from active status. And even though this is easy to fix, it can be a bit of a mess if you're in the middle of doing business. The good news is that most of these reports can be filed online and really only take a few minutes to fill out. But remembering to do them is the hard part, so be sure to set a reminder on your calendar every year for you to file those reports. And that's where a service like Northwest Registered Agent is actually incredibly helpful. They don't just serve as a registered agent service, they also send you reminders, and they can handle these filings on your behalf to make sure that you never miss a deadline. We'll drop a link below in the description so you can check out Northwest Registered Agent. Second, let's talk about your operating agreement and internal records. Even if you're a single member LLC, having an operating agreement is still important. It helps separate you from your business legally, and it shows banks, courts, or potential partners that you're running things properly. Your operating agreement covers how decisions are made, how profits are divided, what happens if someone wants to leave the business, and more. And if you started your LLC years ago, this is going to be a great time to revisit that agreement, especially if your responsibilities have changed, you've brought on new team members, and to make sure that the terms are still fair. And anytime that you make a big move, like taking out a loan, leasing an office space, or entering a new partnership, you should document that decision with a written resolution. It shows that your LLC is being managed properly and keeps a paper trail in case of disputes later on. If you need help updating or drafting your operating agreement, LegalZoom actually has easy to follow templates and legal support to walk you through it. It's a really solid solution if you're not ready to hire an attorney for outrageous fees, but you want to make sure you're covered from a legal perspective. We'll be sure to leave a link to LegalZoom down below in the description as well. Third is review all your contracts. This includes contracts with your clients, contractors, vendors, anyone that you regularly do business with. Contracts are one of the most overlooked areas in small businesses. For example, maybe you've changed your pricing, adjusted your refund policy, or added new services. If your contracts don't reflect that, then you're putting yourself at risk. Also, have you had any conflicts or misunderstandings with your client over the past year? If so, then this is a sign that your agreements might need stronger language or clearer boundaries. If you're starting from scratch, both LegalZoom and Northwest offer solid templates for client agreements, independent contractor contracts, and other business documents that can help protect you legally without needing a lawyer on retainer. Next is check your online presence. This includes your website, social media profiles, and any platforms where people can learn about your business. First off, if you're collecting any personal information like emails, phone number, or even tracking cookies, you legally need a privacy policy. This is a must for compliance. Then look at your terms and conditions. Do they clearly outline how your services work, how disputes are handled, and what customers can expect? Also, if you're doing affiliate marketing or promoting products, make sure you're following the FTC guidelines and adding proper disclosures and disclaimers where they're required. This applies to your website, YouTube, Instagram, really everywhere. Finally, does your website still reflect what you actually do? Is your bio accurate? Are you using language that actually connects with your target customer? Taking the time to do an audit of your social media profiles as well as your website can improve both your legal protections and conversion rates. Number 5 is evaluate your insurance and risk management. Business insurance is one of those things that most people ignore until it's too late. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way as well. Your personal insurance is not going to cover your business activities. So if you're running an LLC without business coverage, you're very likely exposed. Now, there are a couple different types of coverage depending on what you do, and obviously different industries are going to have different inherent risk. For example, I am in the pet care business, which is probably going to be a little bit more risky than, let's say, consulting. So some of the main ones that you want to look into are general liability. This is for basic risks like if somebody gets injured or for property damage. Then there's professional liability. This is also sometimes called errors and omissions insurance. There's also product liability insurance. This is if you sell a manufactured physical product. There's commercial property insurance. This will cover your equipment, your laptop, camera, gear, and anything else used in your business. There's business auto insurance if you drive for work. There's also something called a business owner's policy, or BOP. And this actually bundles a couple different types of insurance to get you a lower cost. It's great for small businesses. I highly recommend it. Also, if you're not sure where to start, LegalZoom is a great resource because they work with their partners to help find the right insurance for your specific industry. You can also use something like Next Insurance. I found them super easy to get fast quotes online. Okay, number 6 is to look at your finances and tax strategy. Now again, this is not financial advice. Please seek a professional, but this one is huge. Even if you have a bookkeeper, it's a good idea to personally review your numbers at least once a year. I do mine every quarter just because I like to be more on top of it. Some things you want to do are check your bookkeeping system. Are your business expenses being tracked correctly? Which this shouldn't be too much of an issue for you because if you have a business credit card, all of your business expenses should just be spent on that card. And we'll leave our favorite business credit cards down below in the description if you want to check those out as well. Another question is, are you setting aside enough money for taxes? So this is another mistake I made when I first started out because I started paying taxes quarterly, but once I started making more money, those quarterly taxes were not enough to pay for all the revenue that I had for that year. So I had a lot of money that I had to pay to the IRS at the end of the year. So just keep this in mind. You really need to be on top of this and an accountant will help you with this. Also, another note, if you're making decent money, like over $40,000 a year in profit, it'll probably benefit you to elect your LLC as an S Corp to save on self-employment taxes. Now, I won't go too deep into S Corps now in this video because we have a couple other videos on the channel that we'll be sure to have linked down below in the description. Be sure to check those out if you're interested in S Corps. But yeah, this is also a good time to decide whether you should be paying yourself a salary, how much you need to set aside for growth, and whether your business has the right balance of spending and saving. Also, again, if any of this sounds overwhelming, LegalZoom has bookkeeping and tax add-ons that gives you access to pros who can help you plan ahead. Not just file your taxes at the end of the year, they'll help you throughout the year so you don't end up like I did. All right, let's recap. Number 1, check your state filings. Number 2, update your operating agreement. Number 3, review your contracts. Number 4, audit your website and social media. Number 5, make sure that you are insured. And number 6, get a handle on your finances and tax strategy. So guys, if you want help staying compliant and protecting your business, check out both Northwest Registered Agent and LegalZoom using the links in the description down below. Both are great tools to help keep your LLC safe, organized, and legally solid without having to do everything yourself. Also guys, if you do choose to use our links, we do get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. This really helps us keep creating free videos like this for you, so thank you so much in advance for helping us out there. Guys, if you found this video helpful, please leave us a like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this in the future. And lastly, guys, this channel is dedicated to new and existing business owners to share everything related to LLCs and review the best platforms and tools out there to help business owners set up, manage, and optimize their LLCs. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We wish you the best, and we will see you back again in the next video.